And to do deep learning, the industry is also categorized into different layers. Normally, for deep learning, we have to rely on some hardware and chips. For example, we may have to train some deep learning models with GPUs, and we have to buy the GPUs from NVIDIA and AMD, right? And they have some chips prepared. Besides NVIDIA and AMD, we also have the chips manufactured like Intel, Qualcomm, as well as Google, right? And they are making some different styles of chips and hardware for deep learning. Besides the lower layer, the hardware, we also have to rely on some platform and infrastructures like Google Cloud, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Alibaba Cloud, and IBM Cloud. And they are the platform, and they provide some basic architectures for us to run based on some hardware. And based on these cloud computing platforms, we also have different kinds of frameworks and algorithms. Different companies offer different kinds of algorithms and frameworks like IBM, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Baidu. They are all offering different kinds of frameworks for the user to use. And we can provide different kinds of solutions for the enterprise. For example, in this page, we show the Salesforce. They can provide the solution based on AI and deep learning for the enterprise. And we can further categorize kind of solutions into vertical industry according to the category of the industry we're working on. Now, DeepMind, they are providing the healthcare and life science solutions, as well as Waymo, right? And Drive AI, they are providing solutions for self-driving as well. Based on them, we can first have some corporators. They are working on a specific domain like banks, as well as agriculture, and etc. And they are offering a service for the customers. In the major countries across the world, they are investing in deep learning AI for the future. Both the US and China, Japan, and other countries in Europe, they are all investing lots of money for the industry of deep learning and AI for the future right now. And how large is the market size? In this page, we show the estimate size of the AI area revenue for the future from 2016 until 2025. And we can see the market size is growing very fast, and also the market size is also very large for the future. So deep learning is not only important in the industry, it's also very important in academia. So for the recent 2018 Turing Award, this award is given to 3 computer scientists for their contributions about deep learning. As you have heard about their name, right? And then in this course, we will have a deep discussion about their specific contributions to the area of deep learning instead. Okay, then let's come to the target for this course for you in this quarter. And we have 2 main targets for you actually. And we want to let you know what is deep learning. And at the same time, we also want to teach you how to design and implement a deep learning model. So for what is deep learning, we will introduce the basic concepts, algorithms, methods about deep learning for you. And we will cover both the classic as well as the latest deep learning models for you with the lectures. So for the classic models, we will talk about the multi-layer perception, autoencoder, the CNN, and the RNN. And for the latest models, we will talk about some new models proposed in recent years about deep learning, like the graph neural nets, the GAN, BERT, transformer, and the graph BERT, and etc. As to the design and implementation of deep learning models, we will have a series of projects on deep learning model implementation with PyTorch. And we want to use deep learning models we learn from the lectures to address various application tasks. For example, the face recognition, the text generation, as well as graph embedding problems for you. So you can see by taking this course, generally we want to equip the students with basic knowledge as well as skill set to do deep learning. No matter what you plan to do for the future, you can either go to the industry and start your career. You can use deep learning into your projects and to do some very fancy and also interesting functions. Or you plan to go to the graduate school and to further your studies, and you can even do a PhD degree, right? And then you can consider to do research in the area of deep learning as well for the future. And we have some pre-requirements for students. The students must have some backgrounds about data structures, discrete mathematics, and algorithm backgrounds. And the students also need to know or have some basic math background, like the basic linear algebra, some statistics, and the probability theory. If you know the math optimization, it will be great. However, if you don't know, no worries. We will have some introductory lectures for you about mathematical optimization in this course. And we may require very good programming skills for the students, and we recommend you to use Python. If you don't know it, please consider to learn it as soon as possible after class. So Python will be the main language to be used for this course because we have to use the toolkit in Python. It's PyTorch, right? And the project will require lots of programming for the students, so be prepared for the programming task. We have one required textbook, as we mentioned before. This textbook is an online textbook. It's an ebook. In other words, it's free and you don't need to buy it. And you can save your money for some other things you like. And we also have other two reference books for you, and just for your information. Okay, the course format. So we will have 2 80-minute lectures per week. And the lecture slides are used to complement the lectures. So please do not rely on the lecture. You also have to do the readings of the textbook as well as the extra reading materials. So the lecture cannot substitute the textbook and the reading materials actually. We will have 2 homeworks for you for the course in this quarter, and they are based on the individual work, and no later homework will be accepted. We will have one project with 5 stages for the quarter, and it is based on the teamwork, and we may require a team with no more than 4 students. The project will be divided into multi-stages involving lots of programming. We will also have 1 midterm and 1 final, and we have posted dates for the midterm and final already. Please check the dates and make sure you have no conflicts of time. If we have any changes to the time, we will also let you know earlier. And we may also have some educational quizzes for you in this quarter as well, depending on the performance of the students as well as the progress of this course. And the project. So for the project, we may have the implementation of basic deep learning models to address the real-world problems. It will be based on teamwork. So we have 5 stages. The stage 1 will be based on team formation and the programming environment setup. We will have 1 lecture on the project specifically, but here we can provide you with some brief information. So in the first stage, it will be about the team formation as well as the programming environment setup, and it has 0%. So you may have to look up your teammates and be careful when you are looking at your teammates because you are teamed up through the whole quarter. If someone drops from your team, then you have to pick up all the whole work and complete the remaining work. And for stage 2 will be about model for it's called multi-layer perception, and we want to use this model to do some classification task. And in the third stage, we will do the face recognition with the commercial neural net model instead. And for the fourth stage, we will do the text generation with the recurrent neural network model for you. And for the fifth stage, we will do the graph embeddings with the graph neural nets. And for the stage 2 to stage 5, each one will take about 10% of your final points. So we have some requirements for you to do the project. First of all, the language. We recommend you to learn and use Python for the project. Please learn Python as soon as possible if you don't write it before. It will be based on teamwork, no more than 4 students for each team, including 4 students. If you want to do the solo model, you do the project by yourself, it should also be okay, and I have no problem with that. But the workload will be heavy, and the grading criteria will be the same as the other teams. So for the teamwork as a project, all the members in the same team will receive the same grading, and if one drops out, the remaining students need to pick up the work and complete all the tasks. So please be careful when you are selecting your teammate. Generally, you can find someone you have been working before, right? And you know someone very well, and you can make sure the student will be a good teammate for your project. The project will be done in stages, and you need to submit a report for each stage describing your model implementation process, and also provide a report of your results and analyze the model performance. Depending on the time, you can do a demo at the end of the quarter if the time allows. Okay, then we want to provide you with some guidelines about how to get the most out of the ECS 189G, this course. So please read and think before class, and welcome to ask questions during the office hours if you have any questions or concerns in your mind. Study and discuss with your peers via the Zoom meetings by yourself. And you can discuss the readings to enhance the understandings. You can also discuss assignments, but please write your own solution instead, because the homework assignments will be based on the individual work. Use the lecture to guide your study, and it can be used as a roadmap for what is important for this course. The lectures are the starting points, and they cannot cover everything you need to know about the course. You still have to do the readings. And participate actively in your project, because this is a computer science course. We have to learn something useful by programming one. If you don't see the codes by reading the formulas, by reading the textbooks, you can learn nothing generally. So learn by doing the project is also very important. Discuss the project with your teammate and try different architecture setups for the model and to check the performance. And you can always learn have a deep understanding for the model performance by doing the project. Okay, a quick summary for the introduction section. So here in this section, we provide a brief introduction for the course, the ECS 189G, the course information, teaching staff, syllabus, and we'll provide you with the introduction for deep learning current and future development, covering the applications, market forecast, as well as the industry and academic achievements. And we have some after-class tasks to be done for you in this week. So readings, please reading the corresponding chapters in the textbook. And for the project, you may need to start to find your teammates already. Start earlier, and you don't need to rush at the end. And also start to learn Python. It is important. So if you don't know, you can refer to the Python online tutorial page to learn Python. Also try to install PyCharm and set it up and make sure it can run smoothly. Okay, so generally that's for today's class, and thank you a lot for your attention. If you have any questions, please welcome to let me know via emails or attending my office hours. Thanks. Bye-bye.